The news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State Governor declares Wednesday work-free to mark this year's Isheshe Day. Delta State Government launches welfare scheme to support 10,000 widows. On the foreign scene, Spain deploys more troops as wildfires claim 4 lives. And in sport, the Tigers set for quarter-final clash with Senegal in 2025 Afrobasket. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has declared Wednesday, 20th August, as work-free to mark this year's Isheshe Day. This is contained in a circular signed by the State Head of Service, Dele Agadumo. According to Agoro, the declaration reaffirms the commitment of the state government towards promoting indigenous culture, tradition, and preserving the people's heritage, while providing necessary support for traditional institutions. All workers are expected to resume on Thursday, 21st August at 8 o'clock in the morning. The Lagos State Government has officially approved counterpart funding for the upcoming measles rubella vaccination campaign set to begin in January 2026. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu signed the funding approval at a formal ceremony reaffirming his administration's dedication to safeguarding the health of residents, particularly children. He also pledged full support for the statewide immunization effort targeting children aged 9 months to 14 years.
Rubella measles, like it's been called, or measles rubella, I can imagine it's a very, very serious vaccination that we need to take very seriously. And if it's coming from that, and we've analyzed and we've done a clear demography to say that we are one of the largest contributors, to not attaining the full eradication of measles, then we need to roll up our sleeves and do the work. And if rubella now is something that we have also not focused on, and there's a needed attention that we need to do it now.
Wife of the governor, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, stated the importance of vaccination in preventing serious complications such as blindness, deafness, and intellectual disabilities. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu noted that vaccination remains the most effective line of defense.
Our immunization program, we cover measles, but we do not cover rubella, and we're taking a big risk because a lot of our children are not being covered by that, and a lot of our pregnant women too. The effect of that is if they miss that, if they ever end up having rubella infection, then the child might become blind, deaf, or have delayed mental milestones.
On his part, Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, Ibrahim Mustafa, warned that rubella in pregnant women can harm unborn babies and urged every household to advocate for vaccination.
National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, as an agency of the federal government, will be providing the vaccines free of charge to the state. They will also be providing some logistics through the partners that are here. But we as a state, and you have been doing that, sir, and that's what we are advocating for more.
The event was attended by local and international health experts alongside key officials from the state's health sector in the state. The Lagos State Government is set to host the Lagos Cultural Weekend, a 3-day festival celebrating Nigeria's heritage and creativity from November 14 to 16, with the theme Advancing and Celebrating the Spirit of Our Heritage. The event will take place at iconic sites across the state, including the J. Randall Center for Yoruba Culture and History, Freedom Park, National Theatre, Badagry Heritage Museum, Lekki Arts and Crafts Market, and Tafawa Balewa Square. Special Advisor to the Governor on Tourism, Arts and Culture, Idris Aregbe, described the initiative as part of the state's cultural mission to showcase Lagos as a global cultural hub. Aregbe added that through strategic partnerships and community participation, the Lagos Cultural Weekend aims to strengthen the state's creative economy while giving visitors a genuine taste of Nigerian culture. Now to the rest of the stories. Delta State Governor Sheriff Obowewori has launched the Widows Welfare Scheme, an initiative aimed at providing financial and healthcare support to 10,000 widows across the state. Speaking at the flag-off, Oborowori reiterated his long-standing commitment to the welfare of widows, both in his private life and in public service. The governor explained that the scheme aligned with the second pillar of his administration's More agenda, that is, opportunities for all, and fulfills his campaign pledge to run an inclusive government that prioritizes the poor and vulnerable. Under the scheme, each widow will receive a monthly stipend of 15,000 naira to be paid directly into their bank accounts. Minister of Works David Umahi has dismissed social media reports alleging lack of drainage channels on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Umahi, who said this while inspecting the progress of ongoing works on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, clarified that the project includes 750 kilometers of dual underground drainage systems. He explained that advanced engineering solutions, including geotextile layering and rock embankments, have been deployed to tackle the challenge of ocean threat and surges.
And what they have done is to bring geotextile. Geotextile ensures that the sand, the ocean does not leach, to start eating into the sharp sand. And so they put that, and then they put rocks, in different levels. And you can see the last level, which is about, 1 meter above our, defined carriageway. So that is what to do. It's quite a lot of work. In fact, this can say to be a project on its own.
Umahi commended the contractor handling the project and supervisors for ensuring safety and durability of the coastal section, applauding reinforcement of the weak section and swift response from ocean encroachment. The minister, who also expressed satisfaction with the level of ongoing works on Section 2 of the Coastal Highway, directed that these activities should be publicized fortnightly for Nigerians to be more informed on the progress of the project. In another development, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has faulted distortions of his presentation at the Federal Executive Council, FEC, on Lagos bridges, saying misrepresentations led to speculations. Umahi explained that the federal government's reported request of 3.6 trillion naira for the rehabilitation of the Third Mainland Bridge, making rounds in the media, were only preliminary estimates from a singular contractor, insisting that no final cost has been determined. The minister explained that both Third Mainland and Carter bridges had been under technical review since 2013. Umahi noted that the surface repairs had been completed and structural monitoring continues, saying specialist contractors as well as independent diving consultants confirmed stability for now.
So when people say that we say they should approve this, there's nothing like that. We've not presented any figure for approval. We are giving them the idea of what Juno Beja said, and we say, listen, we don't trust that figure. If there are more than 6-7 people that quote and they give figures, we can begin to trust because it's an independent process.
He assured Lagosians that preventive maintenance continues to avoid further deterioration, reiterating the government's commitment to ensuring public safety on all federal bridges. Now to foreign news. Spain has stepped up its battle against raging wildfires by sending an additional 500 troops, bringing the total number of personnel deployed to nearly 2,000. The blazes, which have swept across parts of the country amid soaring temperatures, have now claimed 4 lives. The most recent victim, a firefighter, died on Sunday when his truck plunged down a steep hill in Castile and Leon. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez expressed sadness and desolation over the tragedy in a message on social media. In neighboring Portugal, another firefighter was killed on Sunday in what President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa described as a tragic road accident while responding to the fires. Wildfires continue to burn across Greece, France, Turkey, and the Balkans as southern Europe struggles with a prolonged heatwave. In our sport, Nigeria's men's basketball team, D Tigers, will lock horns with Senegal in the quarterfinals of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket currently holding in Angola. The pairing was confirmed after Senegal defeated South Sudan 78-65 in their qualification tie to book a spot in the last 8. The much anticipated clash is scheduled for Wednesday, August 20. The Tigers have been in brilliant form so far, topping Group B with convincing victories over defending champions Tunisia, Madagascar, and Cameroon. Senegal, on the other hand, finished second in Group D, which forced them into the qualification round. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, use the walkway where available to avoid accidents. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 1,400 hostel beds for Lagos model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has declared Wednesday, 20th August, as work-free to mark this year's Isheshe Day. Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborewori has launched the Widows Welfare Scheme, an initiative aimed at providing financial and healthcare support to 10,000 widows across the state. Also told you that Spain has stepped up its battle against raging wildfires by sending an additional 500 troops, bringing the total number of personnel deployed to nearly 2,000. And in sport, Nigeria's men's basketball team, D Tigers, will lock horns with Senegal in the quarterfinals of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket currently holding in Angola. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is today's broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.